So this past weekend I watched The Day the Earth Blew Up, and I thought it was a very, very good movie. I thought it was a good movie, a good use of 2D animation, but most of all, I felt it was a very good movie to utilize Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes for the most part have been underutilized when it comes to movies. The last noteworthy movie that had the Looney Tunes in it was Space Jam in 1996, and looking back at that movie, while nostalgic, it's fair to say it mostly sucks. And not even LeBron James could save the farted-out sequel of A New Legacy. So, Looney Tunes on the big screen was nothing to get excited about, which sucks considering their history of starting on the big screen and being notable during the golden age of animation. Which is why something like The Day the Earth Blew Up is not only a good movie, but an important one. It essentially helps bring the classic style of comedy and slapstick that the Looney Tunes are known for into the current year, alongside being done in classic 2D animation, which is honestly a dying style of animation that is seen in major theatrical movies. So, there's already a lot riding on this to being something vastly different from what we've already been used to from the Looney Tunes, and essentially helps bring us back to the early style of Looney Tunes. But, how's the movie itself? The movie follows Daffy and Porky, as well as not necessarily a new character, but a returning old character named Petunia Pig, as they work together to save the world from contaminated gum created by an alien. That plot alone is classic Looney Tune antics that was made to be put on the big screen. The characters of Daffy and Porky are a pretty interesting combination that does work when you contrast Daffy's craziness to Porky's straight man, and adding Petunia certainly adds a new side of someone reacting to the craziness of the duo, while also fitting into the group in their own natural way. I mean, sure, it would have been easier to have Bugs Bunny be part of this movie, because he's the most famous Looney Tune character, but having Daffy and Porky together can make for many more comedic moments, and some pretty emotional moments as well. They're honestly the most underrated duo for Looney Tunes, and if you don't believe me, watch their episodes of the Looney Tunes show and see what I mean. The story itself is also a breath of fresh air for how I can take the usual alien invasion story and make it more creative and unique in presentation, just like Invasion of the Bunny Snatchers. And you might think the alien invasion plot will be resolved by the end, but then there's honestly a twist that will make you caught off guard and adds a new layer to Daffy and Porky's character arc. So this is a good movie that deserves to be seen, so why is it not getting the attention it deserves? Well, this is where we're introduced to the bullshit business politics of Warner Bros. Discovery. So essentially, Warner Bros. Discovery decided against releasing it under its own distribution system, and instead opted to shop it to other companies, with Ketchup Entertainment being the one to take the mantle. Now, Ketchup Entertainment is a small company, like really small, and while they have big movies under their belt, they don't promote them quite as much as the bigger studios do, which is honestly not their fault. But it also means that the movies released by them are more or less not going to make their money back as a result. So, while Warner Bros. Took the job promoting the film firsthand in 2022, Ketchup Entertainment had to finish the promotion 3 years later, with only a few trailers to help. If Warner Bros. Kept this movie, you would have believed they would have promoting it more, but they didn't. And while people could have believed that this would have saved them money, it's more or less a self-sabotage on Warner Bros. End to save money, and to get rid of a movie that the new regime doesn't really have faith in. It's stupid, I know, but this is where we are now for entertainment. Also, side note, it's been reported that the entirety of Looney Tunes have been removed from Max. So take that information as you will. In the end, the fact that The Day the Earth Blew Up got released at all is nothing short of a miracle given everything that got in the way for it to come out in the first place. It's funny, heartwarming, crazy, loony, everything a Looney Tunes movie should be, with great use of 2D animation. This movie should be seen and given praise where it's due, and should be getting more attention in an effort to get more 2D animated movies and Looney Tunes movies on the big screen. Because Looney Tunes started on the big screen, and it should continue to be on the big screen where they belong.